Hey buddies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. Today I'm doing a how to set up play and review for the game Tiny Epic Zombies by Gamelyn Games. Now this happens to be the deluxe edition, which happens to have a few more characters, 18 instead of 14. Apart from that, it's pretty much the same game. Just played it as a game whereby it was 2 against 1, it was 2 humans against 1 zombie. Of the 18 characters, I happen to pick the teenager, so we've got Sugar Rush down here. We've also got the janitor over here too. Now, interestingly, when you flip these cards over, you do actually have some more information representing, in this case, teenager zombie. Quite gruesome looking characters. Everyone starts off with a 0 wound marker and bullets on full health of 9. In this game, as an example, like I said in the 2 against 1 mode, there are various objectives. There are 9 objectives. You play with 3 of them. As you can see, I'm playing without any kind of clamp or anything. I'm playing this holding with my hands just so I can zoom in and show you stuff because it's a tiny epic game. So in the cooperative mode, for example, we're over here, we have various lab tokens. You're trying to find and move around the various maps and find out where they are. So you're going to move across from a location on your turn. You can move and you must move. You must move exactly 3 times. And each time you move, you may well encounter various things, various characters, various zombies, but also allowing you to shoot them each time you move. So I happen to play as orange, so I might move over here for 1, and let's say there happened to be a zombie in that room, or maybe adjacent to it. I can use my ability. My ability right now starts off as a pistol. I can spend 1 bullet to attack it. So I spend a bullet, so that goes down 1, and that lets me attack an adjacent room. Now, adjacent room includes through here because basically all the walls have holes in them, so it allows you to shoot through it. So I can attack this guy if I clear the room by killing it, so that's down 1 because I moved 1 and now it lets me attack. You all start in the center, so move to the outer part of the room, 1, 2, shoot there for 3. Well, shoot as a second move action. Then this will reveal. So right now we happen to know there's a D here, and we happen to say what this is. I'll come back to this in a second. But right now we know there's a D. Well, D isn't useful for us. We need to be getting out the A's first, as you can see. So we need to remember and talk about that and then flip this back over again and look elsewhere. But eventually, once we do have the A's, we're going to chuck out the A's, the B's, the C's, then back to the D, and all the way around to a D, C, B, and A again to win the game. Another objective over here we'll come back to, but we just saw that thing get revealed. It happened to be the fungus. All these 5 different tokens have been shuffled and placed out. One of them wouldn't have been, and it would have been placed over here. So let's just say we've grabbed this one, and we don't know what it is. So you're looking to find all the other 4. Once you've got 4, you know one's left, so you know what this is, and you go, oh, it must be the, I don't know, the radioactive, who knows what it is. No, it happens to be the virus. And from that last deduction, you know what it is, and which is great, which now means you basically place it out there. You shuffle up the other 4 and you place them out. Where you place them out, you're placing 1 here. You find the 2 zone as well, 3 zone, 4 zone. And naturally, once you do it a second time, you're looking for the 1 zone, 2 zone, and 3 zone until eventually complete it. When you complete it, take a cube and show you've completed it. So there's something else you can do is if you're down to 2 or 3, you can have a guess what it might be. If you're wrong, you're placing out a wound. So you're basically losing yourself a wound. The reason why that's important is if this and this ever touch or cross, you lose your character. So that's very important to note. Lastly over here, what we're trying to do here is we have a weapons cache. So if you're playing as a 2, you're looking to get weapons, eventually chucking in 2 weapons back into the central zone, in which case you are now completing this. So it's 1 per person. So orange has to place 1 out, and turquoise, teal has to place 1 out, duck egg. Now lastly, 5 weapons ammo, so ammo cache. So what again you're doing is you're going in there to the center. On your turn, you can spend 1 ammo, so you're going down by 1. And again, you're moving up this track. So I'll take my orange cube and place out to show I've moved 1. You're working collectively, so eventually you're trying to reach 5. So if we placed out 1, we both can go on there. And eventually going to move up all the way to the end bit, and eventually also show I've completed it by doing that. So there are 3 objectives. Like I said, 3 of the 9. You can vary it all up as you like. As you can see, I've set this board up in advance just because it takes a bit of time to set up. So once you've taken your turn, you've figured all the stuff out. In this case, you're in this zone here. We have the motorcycle, which allows you to ride the motorcycle. This huge thing here, so you can sit on this, and it allows you to move up to 3 spaces. When you can move 1 space, shoot, or melee, whatever you want to do. And if you used the melee action, you're rolling a die, and if you happen to get the green, that's fine, but you might end up taking some wounds, so various bad things can happen. So various things are out there. Maybe you lose 1 wound, maybe you lose 2, etc. I happen to always go for range, never went for a melee once. Or maybe I once went for melee. Luckily, it was fine. That's how the game goes. Now, once you've taken your 3 move actions, again, if you happen to enter a room with a zombie, you have to enter melee as well. So you roll that die. Once you've taken your turn, and one thing that happens before you start is the zombie player is going to have 8 cards, and they're going to look through them, and they're trying to predict which room you're in, because if you end in a room which happened to match, which I didn't know what this would be, but it is actually this room, it triggers. So in this instance, we have bad things happen, and yeah, more zombies spawn, etc. Weapons also go into room 2, so you can collect rooms once you move. So you move one action, always move first before you do anything else. But if you're still in that room, you can collect this. So you grab the bazooka, so you put the bazooka if you want it. Down here, remember that weapons cache thing, this objective in this particular game, you're trying to drop it off at some point, and you're going to grab that bazooka and you're going to attach it to your character, which we'll try and do. So it's just going to peg in here. I think it's going to go in like this. And there we are. We've got a character with a bazooka. Let's say they're riding backwards on that motorcycle. So that's how the game goes. What do I think of the game? At least a 7.6, 7.8 out of 10. Very fun. It's a good duration of play. Lots of cooperation, discussing where to go, being aware of like, well, I want to clear out this room to reveal this location. Can you go there next? Can you do this instead? The way the zombies spawn as well, they're spawning in the 1 location first, and then they're spawning over on the 2, and then the 3. So if you clear out the 1, they're going to spawn there instead. Obviously, fewer zombies are then going to appear. These different rooms have different stuff, so they can have traps which allow them to, no longer trigger a zombie on them. Sometimes you can go places and gain extra bullet and stuff like that. Sometimes you have secret passages to move around. All very interesting and really lots of fun. Again, a wonderful creation again by the designer Scott Almes, who's done a great job on other Tiny Epic games and other games in the series. There are other games you can find on the channel by Scott Almes, including, I believe, Cosmic Colonies, which was him as well. So you can find that under the Floodgate playlist. I look forward to bringing you more videos. Please check out how to set up, play and review. Any comments, please chuck them into YouTube is best. Everyone can see them. And via the description in YouTube, you can go via Linktree. There are occasionally competitions. They're time sensitive. Keep checking back. And lastly, if you go through to Instagram, over 2,500 posts. Please do like and share, also on Facebook too. And if you wish to, please do hit that subscribe button and notification bell. There have been daily videos for many years now. Lovely pieces, very funky and very cool. Obviously, weapons you have here, much better than Tiny Epic Quest, which is way more fiddly. Loads of fun, loads of variety. I highly recommend it. But for now, back to the table.